So I'm in film school in Los Angeles, and today we're actually going to be on set filming a couple of scripts that my classmates wrote. So for two shoots, I had two very different roles. This morning I had a very simple job. I was just a camera operator. My entire job was to take the camera and move it left and right and set the frame. I have a very good eye for framing. I just know what looks good. So that's a very good job for me when I don't want a lot of responsibility. I just want a simple job and something that I can do very well under someone else's vision. On this first shoot, I really loved the idea. I loved the script. I loved the ideas behind the lighting and where they were coming from and the feel that they were going for. And you know, it's a student film, it's a student set, so there were a few weird things about the lighting, like this gradient on the wall. I don't know why that is there, but it is. But that's okay, it's a student film, we're learning, and we're gonna look at that in the editing process and be like, why is that like that? And then it won't be like that the next time. Then we broke for lunch. Chamberlain and I went to Shop House because it's clean and it's great and it's delicious and generally fairly cheap. Then we had the second shoot of the day, and I was the DP, which is also the director of photography. That's what that stands for, or more commonly known as the cinematographer. As DP, you basically direct everything that has to do with the camera and the lights. So I was telling people where to put lights, for what reasons, to hit what people, what kind of lights to put, whether they're 2Ks, 1Ks, babies, whatever. Or if we wanted it softer with a silk, or if we wanted it really hard light, if we wanted it coming through a window or, you know, directly overhead, what have you. I was directing all of that. And then I was telling the camera crew, okay, this is the kind of frame that I want. We're gonna do a dolly shot for this and move in this direction, this way. We're gonna shoot it f5.6 and that kind of thing. And so as the director of photography, you have a lot more visionary kind of control. You have control over what the picture is going to look like, and you have a lot more responsibility. You have to actually know what you're doing, and you have to direct people to carry out the vision that you have. And that's a huge job, and you've got to be a little bit arrogant to have that job, because you've got to tell people what to do all day. You really have to know cameras. If you don't know the camera, then you can't tell them what to do with it, and it's not going to look good. You also really have to know the story well, and this is a huge one. A lot of people, you know, when they're filming something, they're like, oh, I'm the camera guy, and, you know, everything we do, I'm just going to make it look amazing, and, you know, story is secondary in my head. That's not the way it goes. However, that's the way that I thought on this shoot, and we suffered for it. I was really focused on making each frame look really good, the best that I could make it look, but it doesn't serve the story. This is the frame that we have. This is supposed to be a hospital room where he gets some bad news, and it's supposed to juxtapose, it looks really happy, but it's a very sad kind of place when you actually think about it. And we didn't do that. The opening looks like a horror film, I've been told. It looks like the opening of a horror film, and then it's a beautiful, melancholy story. And so it doesn't work. Every frame is really pretty, and I'm so happy about that. In this frame, I was able to get the even lighting across George that I wanted. He's the guy in the bed. And then I had plenty of light on Neil's face, who's the other actor. And then I had this nice glow kind of around the back of his head. And that's exactly what I wanted.
It's gonna be weird not having you by my side every day. Making fun of each other. Listening to you go on and on about Jesus.
But it doesn't fit the story at all. So I actually learned a lot on this shoot. Mostly about trying to marry story and picture together. In the past, I haven't been super worried about that. You know, they've always been separate things, but when they come together, that's when really good content, really good films, really good movies, really good anything, really good YouTube videos are made. When the picture and the story, what you're trying to say, your message, when those two things are married together.
It was more than just a symbol. It was something he was.
Cool.